Hello there! Welcome to the Clark side. I am Clark. Before we begin, please remember to chill touch that like button to subscribe to join the Skeleton Crew. And if you like the content on this channel, please support us at the links in the description below. We would really appreciate it. With me today, I've got Jake, Jess, Jose, John, and Karen.
Hello.
Hey. Alright. Today we are continuing our Ravnica campaign. And last week we had some scheduling issues, so we could not record. We didn't do a whole lot. Basically, I just let everyone have a week of downtime. They did successfully escape from the keep, and they got back to town in Winterhaven. Yes, you did. Just barely. They did manage. Oh, when they got to Winterhaven, the town has been overrun with undead. They have walled themselves up, and through some negotiating and the selling of some of their magic armor, they have revived Gideon, and they have been busily making potions and preparing to venture back out to deal with the undead threat. Alright, so you guys are all ready then, right?
Yep. Pretty much.
I believe so.
Alright. As you are all gathered together, you prepare to exit the city of Winterhaven. You are all bid farewell by the various people of the town. You can see from Rafton's Inn some smoke coming from one of their back laboratories, and the keeper kind of waves from her laboratory in the back up through a window as you see her going about her work. The doors open, or rather, the main gate sweeps open to allow your exit, and you would ascend into the wilderness, up slopes and down valleys until you finally reach the graveyard. And as you do, you start to feel a deeper and more unsettling cold seeping into your body. It's almost difficult to breathe here. It feels similar to how it did when you were inside of the keep, and you see a number of shambling monstrosities, vague humanoid shapes milling about just outside of the graveyard's official area. It looks a little something like this. What do you do as you approach?
Survey the area.
Roll a perception then. Well, since you have your nose, I'll allow you to smell things, so you can roll for advantage. Yeah, the smell of rotting flesh is quite apparent, and you can't detect much other than that. What would you like to do next?
Since I'm gonna be up front and fighting a bunch of them, I want to cast. Can I cast the spell of protection from evil and good on myself?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to do that before you approach the large crowd. They seem,
Yes.
yeah, they seem to not be paying you much attention yet. One of them is dragging around a shovel and has this gigantic gaping mouth that just hangs open loosely and just lops out drool. Calling upon the power of good, you protect yourself from the undead that you are about to approach. Oh, and as you're getting closer, you see that all of these zombie rotters, these gross-looking, just foul corpses that have lost most of their semblance of who they used to be, with just tiny little shreds of wisps of hair popping out of their heads. All of them are missing at least one hand.
That's questionable.
They have another hand, like, it doesn't seem to have any real consistency on whether it's all the left or all the right hand, but all of them, except for the maw itself, are missing at least one hand.
Maybe they're all missing their dominant hands. There aren't more rights than lefts, are there? Or is there just kind of
It's about equal.
Let's find out it then.
Are they all focused on something, or are they just milling around?
They seem to be kind of patrolling the area. Mostly looking around. Some of them are attempting, even without... some of them, even without their other hand, are attempting to dig up a little bit. And they feel around in the dirt, looking for something. But beyond that, they are kind of just there.
Right, so how do you guys want to deal with this?
Awful lot of them.
Just torch the whole place.
Only it were so simple.
Well, it's a little difficult to make a plan because it's such an open area. Not like we can funnel them through anywhere.
Yeah. Unless we can get all the way down here. This looks like it's sealed in. Somewhat. We have to run through them though.
Yeah, the very last part at the end, that is the entrance to the graveyard itself.
Oh, well then we probably don't want to be in there.
I have turn undead, but I have to be within 30 feet of them, so that a lot of them will start like running away.
If you want to try that, you certainly can. So if you do, absolutely roll initiative. Because I can just go ahead and tell you right now, they are not gonna like that.
Not gonna get a bunch of them.
Oh, Gideon, since you've been resting this whole time for your downtime, your negatives are at 0.
Would shoot. If Mytha climbed into the tree, would she have advantage on her arrows?
She might be able to... Well, in the very least, you think she would have a pretty decent hiding point. You don't guess that they're particularly good climbers since they're missing one whole hand. So if anything, it is a reasonable place to perch.
I like that plan so far. It's a good plan.
you're away from the mouse and the zombies altogether. And as for the rest of us,
I'm not even gonna try to climb a tree.
yeah, no, there's no way.
Is there any way to tell if maybe if we take out, I guess Ma?
Yes, if you'd like to know a little bit more about it, roll a religion check.
I'd like to as well, so... No? A for bad rolls.
Alright, Panda. You know that this is not a typical undead. The maw seems to be a custom variety, something new. But as you're observing it, you realize it's almost like some kind of puppet master for them. You're pretty sure that the other zombies will still be active if you take it out. But with it being around, it is still going to do a lot of stuff that will lead these other zombies into victory. In, whatever endeavor that they have.
So focus attacks on it.
What's with the darker area around it?
You notice that based on this one zombie over here that is in it, it seems to be not so much emboldened, but there seems to be kind of like a rippling effect going through its body, like as if there were like ripples in a water, except in its flesh.
That's creepy.
What do you want to do?
I mean, nothing more to do than to take it out.
Alrighty. If that's the case, then roll initiative.
Unless anybody else has a better idea.
Should we try to stealth into various locations first?
Yeah, if you want to do that, go right ahead.
Me and stealth.
Whoever wants to try, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Use stealth into that tree, girl.
Well,
I mean,
I tried.
it's above a 10.
Okay, so, move over towards the tree. You get about to there, and then the maw whips around from out of whatever trance it was in to directly control its minions, and glares at you. Its mouth curls open like almost like a rug being unfurled with its bottom jaw, and it wails at you, spitting saliva and other ichor out of its mouth as it does.
Gross.
Like, yeah, absolutely roll initiative right now because they are all aware of you.
So much for stealth.
This is gonna be a great night, guys. My rolls are fantastic.
I can't click on my character.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
yeah.
Initiative.
Ben, I need you to not roll well.
Oh.
Please match me.
Well then.
I see somebody else is having a great time with rolls.
So, what are your guys' next characters gonna be?
I think I'm gonna make a halfling with luck.
We should probably all do that. How about we all just
Hobbit
play
squad.
clerics too, so we can just keep each other alive?
We can call each other the Amen.
So wait, are we gonna be like
I like that.
boy band, or...
All right, Mitha, what do you want to do?
Okay, so how tall is this tree?
That tree's about 20 feet tall.
And how fast can I climb?
You
That's what I
can
want to do, is I want to climb the tree.
you can climb up about half your speed.
Okay, so... like... 17 feet? 17 or 18 feet, somewhere in there?
Yeah, you can get up almost to the top. There's some branches you can hop along. All right.
And you know what? I'm going to cast Hail of Thorns for my next turn.
Alrighty. Gideon, what will you do?
Probably die.
Again?
Who else but Gideon? Alright, first things first, I will cast Hex on the Maw. Sound good?
You have hexed it.
And I'm probably gonna just go with Strength for his disadvantage on ability check.
Alright.
And then I will launch an Eldritch Blast at him.
Alrighty, roll it. That is a hit.
Yay.
Is he immune to necrotic?
He is resistant.
Alright, then he takes 7 damage total.
Your bolt flashes through the air, and it collides with this gross, wet-looking body that stumbles back a bit, and then it kind of looks down at the wound and just bellows at you. Anything else?
No, that's good.
All right. Oh boy, Mitha. The maw looks to you in the tree, and you see it kind of motions its hand around and curls it up into like a claw and kind of sweeps it in your direction towards itself, almost beckoning you down.
No thank you?
Make a strength saving throw.
Ooh. Ooh, strength?
You
Yes.
got this.
Oh,
Never
man.
mind.
It's gonna be a rough night, guys.
Yep. Okay. You
One of
feel
those nights.
you feel like the shadows that you're hiding in leap up as if physical and have weight to them. And you feel the pull of this shape of a shadowy claw forced against your body, and you are flung from the tree down to the ground as it just sweeps you 15 feet out.
Cool.
Alrighty. And that's all it can do. The Rotters, however, are ready to roll.
There's a lot of them.
Yes, there are quite a few.
Hey guys, remember how I said I'm not a frontliner?
You are now. I'm sorry. If I had rolled higher on initiative, they'd all be focused on me and my 18 hit points.
So that thing I said about new characters, guys. Just a thought.
I think we should all seriously consider being the Amen.
I don't know what that is. That like a cleric joke? Or...
Yes, it is a cleric
Amen.
joke.
So
It's-
are we also taking levels in Bards so we can be a boy band called the Amen?
That would be wonderful. I think that would be wonderful.
All right.
Also, you need to watch that video.
It'd be like gospel rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mitha, your cluster of zombie rotters just lunge forward towards you, swinging they're kind of lopsided in their approach because of the weight imbalance from having one hand that's missing and one hand that's still there. About 4 of them make it up to you with their hands raised, and they try to slam you. The rest have had to use their extra movement, or have had to dash just to reach you.
So far, all misses. Oh, I had to say something.
You just had to say it.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning, as one of them actually manages to backhand you. It's a cold, wet, like slap almost.
Gross.
Ew.
The horde rushes around to try and cut you off, dashing to get there. Gerhardt, what will you do?
Well, let's see, what can we do? Okay. I will stand here and let's see what we can do to help. If we get some of these guys off. I'm gonna attack this guy with a sling.
Alrighty, roll it. A 16 hits. You pop it in the back of the head, and it kind of wheels around a bit and just growls at you with this deep, guttural, just snarl. Anything else?
No, I think that's it for me this turn.
Janali.
Alright, so I'm gonna move out here. Right? I was over here. Yeah. Okay. And cool. Turn undead.
Alrighty. You present your holy symbol and you brandish it. Its power glows and the undead recoil. Let's see. How many? Yeah. Oh. So basically all of them within 30 feet.
Yep. Including that one blue one.
Alrighty. So that's
That's
10. Yeah.
10 of the regulars, 1 for Maw.
Alrighty. Alright, the rotters will make their saves. Here we go.
Trying to save my girl Mitha.
We'll go clockwise around Mitha, and then the 2 next to you, and then the one on the far right.
The Ma doesn't feel this either.
Oh, he does. I'm just saying the order that we're going in for the.
Okay.
He's we'll do him the very last.
Ben, I need you to not roll well. Ben,
Good God.
for real.
This game's rigged.
It's rigged. It's rigged.
They have a 0 on their wisdom.
All right,
right.
that's 10, right? Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 now.
All
How
right.
did 6 pass? What is with these rolls?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
Alright,
All right.
he passed.
So that would be, let's see, the DC for you is 13, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Wisdom saving throw. It doesn't say on here. How do you know what it is?
It's your DC for your spells.
It's 12.
Yeah, so 6, 7 of them passed, with one of them being Maw.
What? It was rigged. Ben, are you paying?
No comment.
Uh-huh.
Alright, we're all gonna die. Good luck, guys.
Alrighty.
You know, I've always wanted to play a drow.
Hey, you know what? We tried. We tried a lot, but it didn't mean shit.
Alright, Andros, what do you want to do?
I need to stop paying.
I'm going to move. Yeah, I'm gonna move right here. And I'm going to use my fancy wand that I got and cast Firebolt at the maw.
Alrighty, roll it. That is a hit. Your bolt of fire leaps from your new spiffy-looking wand as the runes across it flash with light. A red-orange light. The maw is scorched and takes the full 9 points of fire damage.
Good job.
That's it for me.
Alright, Mitha! What will you do, Mitha?
So, taking a disengage action will provoke an attack from every single one.
No, that will, fully taking the disengage action means you take no opportunity attacks this turn.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alrighty.
And I'm gonna go back up the tree.
Alrighty, you shamble up the tree. Alright, Gideon. What do you want to do?
Probably die. Let's.
You already made that joke.
Alright. What do you want to do?
So, Andros attacked the maw, right?
Yes, the maw has been injured.
Alright, I want to say go after the maw, but with the sheer fucking number of these guys, that's probably not actually all that great of an idea. So, I guess that's the thing that I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna just go after this one right here, I suppose.
Alrighty, roll it.
I'll try and not die while fighting all of these guys over here. No promise.
Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Yeah, I know.
shock in this game.
Yeah, and then I'm done after that.
Alrighty. The Maw glances over towards Gideon, and he motions his hand about in a similar fashion to what he did before. Gideon, make a strength saving throw.
Alright. I don't know what's going on, but Roll20 hates all of us.
You are shunted by a shadowy claw, as if scooping you up from beneath, and shoved into the waiting arms of 3 zombie rotters.
They all miss.
Alright, unfortunately for them, they all miss as they swing their arms wildly against you. And it's their turns. Alright, so we'll do the scaredy cats first. The ones who have been turned basically just straight up run away. Let's see, they use their action to dash, isn't that correct?
Yes. Da-da-da. If there's... It can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. Yeah, so just dashing. Get those 3 a moving. Should have been more, but Ben has OP rolls.
A number of them flee from their holy adversary, trying to turn them away with her holy power. Alright, okay, so, I guess we'll go with all the blue guys. Let's see how Gideon handles this.
Gideon!
Well,
Gideon!
Alright. This is 8 attacks at Gideon.
that's actually only the last one I hit. Oh, wait. Still only that second to oh, more? Right. Who would have thunk it?
Somebody help this man.
Alright. Looks like only 2 hit.
Yeah, 2. No, I said 3.
Alrighty, so that is 4 points of damage total to Gideon.
Yep.
Janali, the other rotters, rush you in a similar fashion. They shamble forward, limping and loping. They rear back with their arms and attempt to strike, though you still have your buff from protection from good and evil, so they have disadvantage.
They do.
Alrighty, here we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total.
Oh, barely missed. Oh, 1.
I think you're very glad that you have disadvantage on all these rolls.
Very glad. Well, actually, well, yeah, like you got 3 23s then, but thank God for that disadvantage because none of them hit. I'm an 18.
Keep in mind, he also rolled 2 on the hits attacking me, so. You know.
Yeah, it is very hardcore.
Alright, the Rotters leap forward. They try to smack against you, but there's like, it's almost like magnetism when you take two sides that are the same and they repel each other. They try to hit against you, but it's like they bounce away. Gerhardt, it is your move.
My god is protecting me.
Oh, good. Thanks, Scott. Gee, chill. Let's see here. What can I do? I'd love to just go over and cast Thunderwave on all those zombies over there, but I hit Gideon. I don't want to do that. Tell you what, I got an idea.
I need more AoE attacks.
I'm going to. Oh, that would affect everybody in it. Never mind. Let's strike number 4 over here with my sling, I guess, for now.
Alrighty, roll it. That is a hit.
Good.
You flick the sling towards your zombie adversary. It conks it in the back of the head with a loud, an audible, noisy kind of fuck, and then it turns towards you with a sneer. Anything else?
I mean, he can. I mean, okay, sure. No. Well, yes. Let's scooch back there and end.
Janali, what are you gonna do?
Oof.
Oh yeah, Gideon for his concentration on.
Yeah, they both passed.
Yep, they're both passes.
Do I have to do that for my spell as well?
Yeah, if you take damage, then you have to
okay.
make a for a Constitution save to see if you lose your concentration.
Thank God for that. So I don't have to do it yet. Alright, so these little guys are annoying. I'm more focused on the maw. So let's do guiding bolt on it. I don't think it should be. Really?
Unfortunately, that is a miss as you try to channel the divine power to zap the maw.
Pray for me, guys.
Anything else?
No, there's nothing else we can do.
Andros, what will you do?
I'm gonna go ahead and move one space over, and I am going to cast Thunderwave on the 3 zombies that are 15 feet in front of me.
Awesome. Alrighty. You raise your wand and flick it forward, and as you do, an eruption of thunderous sound blasts forward. Oh, are you using a 2nd level slot?
Yeah,
Yeah, you said you're level 3, right?
I'm level 2. Oh, so did I do that wrong?
Yeah, like that's only when you get access to 2nd level slots. You have,
Okay.
yeah, you only still have 1st level
Let me roll
ones.
that again.
There you go. Alright. Let's see if these zombies can make their saves. Top to bottom.
Oh, you should have just put that right on top of me.
Alrighty. So the top 2 pass. They take half that damage, which is 6 points, which is still reasonable. The bottom one is flung backwards, 10 feet.
Next time, just throw caution to the wind, man. Kill me. I don't care.
He's undead.
I die from enemies anyways. What's the point?
Don't worry, we'll be joining you.
This time.
Alrighty, Andros. So, you're a storm sorcerer, so you get a bonus action when you cast a first level or higher spell to fly away 10 feet. Do you want to fly away anywhere?
Well, considering it's my first time casting a spell at this level, I start floating. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I'm just kind of floating here for the moment.
Alright.
I don't.
Mitha, what will you do?
Okay, so I have Hail of Thorns already prepped and ready to go, so I'm going to strike the Maw.
Alrighty.
And get the 2 above him with the Hail of Thorns.
Sounds perfect. Roll it. That hits the Maw. Your arrow sails through the air and lances into him, dealing... Oh, he's got to make that dex save. Okay. Okay, let's see. First the Maw. He fails, and now the rudders.
Yay!
They all fail. 10 points of damage to all 3 of them.
Well, he gets 18, doesn't he?
That is correct.
Good job.
Yay!
All right. The zombies are severely wounded, and the maw seems also on its last legs, or is starting to get there. Gideon, what do you want to do now?
Fuck. I'll attack this guy right there. That sounds good.
All right, you whip around with your sword and slash at him. Roll it. Oh, critical.
At least I am going out with a bang.
Yeah, and you're taking that guy with you.
Huh?
Don't be so depressed, you'll be fine.
You
You're saying this to the guy who's died twice.
you whip
We're not
around.
talking about that.
How do you want to do this? How do you want to kill him?
I decapitate him and kick his head like a soccer ball at Andros, who's flying away. Make sure to
Alrighty.
slap him with the bloody part.
Anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. The maw will move forward. It's going to try and attack Janali.
Wonderful.
You know, when you say wonderful things turn out to not actually be wonderful.
Shush.
Its
Ooh, miss.
mouth just peels apart like a banana peel and launches forward to try and snap you. But as it tries, the force field of protection from good and evil repels it. And the Rotters do likewise. First on Janali with all the disadvantage. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh god. Let's see.
Not a single one hits with the disadvantage.
Yay.
And now,
I love this spell.
let's see. One of these other zombie riders is going for Andros. Ooh. He bops you. You see it kind of spin around limply until its arm pummels you in the face. You take 2 points of damage, Andros.
Okay.
And finally, 6 attacks on Gideon.
That is no hits.
All right. They are flailing against you helplessly as you bob and weave around. You've got studded leather armor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you are nimbly bouncing back and forth in the little space as the zombies just swing their dead, cold arms all around you.
I just need to get my ability to vomit light all over them soon.
Gerhardt, what will you do, Gerhardt?
Let's see if we can't get some of these zombies. I was gonna use fairy fire, but yeah, again, that affects everybody in the area. Don't want to do that. See the range on that. Okay, 15 foot cube. I'll go here and we'll cast Thunderwave. I'll like extend it from here down to here.
Alrighty, just catch those 3? Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty. Top to bottom for the zombie riders.
3. Whopping 9 damage with a second level cast. Okay, I'll take it.
And all of them fail.
Yay.
The thunderous boom of Gerhardt propels the zombies 10 feet away.
Good. Janelle doesn't get any, like, opportunity attack if they're forcefully pushed away, right?
Nope, has to be regular. Alrighty. Speaking of Janali, unless Gerhardt wants to do something else, it's her turn.
No, that one's still okay for health for the most part.
Yeah.
Alright, Janali, what are you gonna do?
Spells just wasn't working for me, so I'm gonna swing my mace at the maw.
Alrighty, roll it.
God, Levins!
Yep, unfortunately the maw dodges out of the way. It kind of turns its mouth, its whole face almost, inside and kind of almost slurps it into its throat as it dodges and then pops it out.
Oh,
Almost like a turtle.
gross. Fortunately, that's all I can do.
Andros, what do you want to do?
I'm just gonna dagger the zombie next to me.
Alrighty, you dagger that zombie. And dagger it you do for 4 points of damage.
That's all I'll do this round.
Alrighty, you whip it around and jam it into its chest and slice downward. It's still coming at you, but it is definitely weakened. Mitha, it's your move. Oh yeah, aren't you level 3, Mitha?
I am.
So let's see, didn't you pick to be a hunter, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so just to remind you, you got that, did you take the one that lets you attack another creature when you make an attack?
Oh my god, I do.
Okay, yeah, that might be a little helpful.
Thank you for that. Because I think I just got 3rd level last time, so I didn't remember. Yep. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so, can I can I hit the mall from where I'm at without hitting Janali?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay. So let's do that first.
Oh, that is a hit.
Good job.
Yay!
The arrow whiffs through the branches, slicing a few leaves out of the way with kind of a fluff sound, and it impacts the maw in the shoulder.
And then I'll go for the one right next to him.
Alrighty, roll it.
Nice.
Yes.
Good job.
Hot dog.
She's
All
the
right.
only one with good rolls tonight.
Well, she's a good one to have the good rolls on, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have them.
As you pop your 2 arrows at once, the second one basically explodes
Ew.
the head of the zombie,
Woot!
and it falls dead. Anything else?
Betty flies out.
If Janali sees it, I wink at her.
Gideon, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to attack. This one was also injured by the thunder wave slightly, right?
Yep, it is injured.
I'll go for him then. That sounds like a good idea. Swing.
Your sword finds flesh as you lance into his ribcage and twist your blade around before you pop it back out of him.
And I am all done after that.
Alrighty. The maw. The maw is going to contort, and then you see it raise it, like it kind of crouches down low, and then slowly rises from its crouching position, and it raises its arms upward. As suddenly 4 zombie rotters, new, pop out of the ground behind it. And that's all it can do. And now, it is the Rotter's turn. Alrighty. Gideon, we'll go with you first. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them all start swinging at you. Ow. So that's... well, only 2 of them actually hit.
So they don't actually crit because they just deal 2 damage?
Yep, they are completely unarmed. They are not on par with most regular zombies. You take just 2 damage for each hit.
And I fucking beef master my concentration save. If you need to give Gideon a new name, just call him Beef Master, because it works.
Andros, you're next as the zombie kind of circles around you and starts to rear back and pop you. He wants to give you a black eye. Ooh. Yeah. You take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, Gerhardt. the 3 zombies that you thunderwaved are charging for you.
Okay. Yeah, same lots.
All right. And they are going to try and slam you as well.
Bye, guys.
No.
And not a single one manages to hit you.
Nope. Wow, that's shocking, actually.
All right, Janali, the last one above you, and then the other 4 that are newly spawned are going to surround you.
It's too much attention.
It's that horse booty.
Alrighty, and they are all at disadvantage as well. So, let's see, that's 5 rolls. Oh, yeah?
Please never say horse booty again. Like, ever.
That is what I am. Sorry, guys.
None of them hit, as they all repel against your spell's power. Gerhardt. What are you gonna do now, Gerhardt?
Oh, is it? Oh, it's actually my turn. I thought I was about to get killed.
Nope, they all missed you.
I'm used to dying.
Oopsie.
I know you are.
You know what? I am willing to take an opportunity attack. I think you 15-foot cube. I can hit 1, 5, 4 and the green one, right?
You can.
You know what? No, I'm not actually going to do that.
I just gotta go straight down this cluster here. Alrighty.
I don't want to use too many of my spells, but at the same time, yeah. Alright, yeah, we'll hit 5, 4, 1, and 4, and yeah.
Alrighty. Roll it.
Just do this at level 1.
Not bad.
Same damage as last time, pretty much.
Alright, we'll go left top to bottom, left to right. Only the very bottom one passed. The rest all suddenly are sent sailing into the air from the loud blast of noise.
Alright. And I'll use a bonus action to use one of my Balm of the Summer Court die on Andros.
Alrighty.
Ooh, Andros just got 6 HP and 1 temp HP.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank
Not
you.
much, but it'll work for now. And that will have to be the end of my turn.
Janali, what will you do?
I'm super annoyed that the Maw.
It is not
to
doing
death.
well. What are you gonna do to him?
I'm gonna try and not get an 11 again
Alrighty.
on my mace.
Well,
It's
you
not an
ain't
11.
Still, it's bullcrap.
It's I'm done.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, no, I'm not, because I am a war priest, and I can spend one of my wisdoms to get an extra attack, I believe. Make sure. Or do I have to hit? Because it doesn't say anything about it.
Yeah, it's just when you use the attack action, which you've done, you use one of your War Priest's blessings to try to smack at him again as a bonus action. So you can absolutely roll another mace attack. And that is a hit.
Finally!
Alrighty, that it?
Yep.
Andros, what will you do?
I'm gonna fireball this one over here.
Alrighty, so you're firing while in melee, so that will mean you're at disadvantage. But an 8 is still a miss anyway.
Yep. That's it for me then.
Mitha, you rustle from the treetop and look out on all the carnage. Who will feel the bite of your bow next?
Well, I really don't like the fact that the mob can just pull up 4 more from the ground at will. So we're gonna go with that.
Alrighty.
Please.
You do indeed hit the maw with your arrow.
Yay!
And you actually manage to kill him.
Yay!
Yes!
He had 11 hit points left. The arrow pierces his heart, and you can actually see it propelled from his body as his strange mouth just unwraps itself and coils back until he's just 2 separate slabs of flesh that peel apart. So, who else is getting the other arrow?
Let's go. The number 2 green one.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that is a miss.
That's okay. You've been rolling great so far.
And I'll prepare a second Hail of Thorns for next time.
Alrighty. Gideon, what are you gonna do?
I'll just keep on circling.
Keep on trucking.
I didn't kill this one up here with my last attack, right?
Nope, it's still standing, just barely holding together.
I guess I'll hex him this time in case I need that little extra health when he dies.
Alright.
As in...
Oh, the Hexblade's curse.
Warlock curse. My Hexblade curse, yeah.
Gotcha.
Does not require concentration.
It certainly does not.
Swing!
That is a hit. And with one last blow, you just thrust your sword into the other rib cage, the other half of the rib cage, and you pull it together, and so that the wound is just one giant gash, and all of his insides just fall out, and he collapses with a loud splat.
And I regain 6 hit points.
You certainly do. Anything else?
No.
The Rotters. Alright. 5 of them are attacking you, Gideon.
That's right. That's right, boys. Cool.
Looks like 2 of them hit you for 4 points of damage total. Yep.
And I passed again.
Andros, you're getting bopped. You see it. Yep, you see the humanoid, undead, gray creature just raising its arms back to relentlessly slam you. For 2 points of bludgeoning damage. Alrighty. Shanali.
Wait, I thought it was Gerhardt.
Oh, whoops! It's Gerhardt
okay.
Next. No, it's the
No,
zombies. Yeah, it's the zombie still.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, so Janali, it is one, two, yeah, 3 of them are going to try and smack you.
Gotcha.
And all of them miss.
Hell yeah, they do.
Alright, the rest are going to gather around Gerhardt.
That spell was the best thing I did for myself.
How many? 5?
Yeah, that's about 5 right there that are leaping over. Halfway on all fours, halfway on standing upright. They kind of bounce between it.
I noticed one of them kind of stepped out of Janelli's reach.
Yes, it did.
Can she smack it real quick?
Yes, she can. Yeah, she certainly can try.
She tried.
I tried.
Yep, she
I
tried.
appreciate it.
I told you.
Okay,
I roll the flipping worst.
1, 2, 3 hits.
6 points of damage total.
Ow. That's
And
a
it's-
third of my health, dang it.
Your turn.
Well, this is a fine predicament. I hate using all these spells, but I want them off of me. So, oh no, I can't do that because I'll hit Mitha. You're being mean tonight.
That's alright. You can hit me. Go for
I
it.
don't want to do that.
I got cure wounds.
I'm too nice. I can't do that.
Oh wait, how high up in the tree are you, Mitha? Didn't you say you could go 17 feet?
17 feet, I think.
Yeah, the Thunderwave's a 15-foot cube.
Okay. If you're just out of reach, I'll do it.
Yay.
So we'll strike 5, or red 5, red 1, and green 1 here.
Alrighty.
Let's just go away and hide monsters.
And they all fail.
Where's one of them now? Oh. Splendid.
With a loud pop, 2 of them are blown apart like confetti, teeth and all sorts of bone flying everywhere. Another one stumbles back, still standing.
Keep your mouth closed up there, Mitha.
Oh yeah, the whole tree shakes and rumbles, Mitha. Alright. Is that it? Janali, what will you do?
I'm gonna aim for this one that's looks like it's at low health. And really?
I'm so sorry. Are you gonna save your War Priest thing for later, or do you wanna go ahead and...
I'll save it. I'm scared of what the next roll will be.
Andros, your go.
I'm gonna dagger the one that's next to me.
Your dagger, unfortunately, as you leap forward to lance him with your dagger, it kind of bounces just out of the way. You scrape just the surface of the skin, but you don't actually manage to deal any damage. Mitha, what will you do? What you want to do, Mitha?
Okay, so everybody kind of moved around a bit since I cast Hail of Thorns. But, Gideon, how do you feel about being hit by a couple of thorns real quick?
Give a fuck. Shit, if you wanna like hit me with the attack so it goes for all of them, go right ahead.
Well, actually, if I hit the one right next to you, it will still go to all of them.
You're right. I don't know why I didn't think of that. That was pretty stupid of me.
I got you.
Alrighty.
So we'll go for number 3 over there.
Alrighty, I'll roll it.
Oh, well, you only get 1 point of damage.
Let's
Assuming
see
that you.
my save. You actually just broke my concentration too.
No!
I'm sorry.
Alrighty. So, the zombie there takes the 14 points of damage. And he and all the others have to make their save or take 1 point. Well, it's half damage either way, isn't it?
Yeah, so they just take one.
So they all
Roll
just
them
take 1
anyways.
point. Roll them anyways.
Some of your good rolls out of there.
Oh, no, that's a waste of time. Mitha, who else do you want to attack with your other adjacent attack thing?
You know what? I will go for the one right south of him. Number 7.
Alrighty, roll it. Unfortunately, that is a miss.
It was worth the effort.
Gideon, it's your move. What do you want to do? The
First
one-
of all, I'm reeling over that 1 damage I took.
It was just really, really surprising. You know, Mitha warned you, but you're kind of like, all right, yeah, fine. And then it hurt more than you thought it would. And that's what did it.
I'm gonna just swing at the guy right here that she hit with that attack. See if I can take him out.
Alrighty, roll it.
Swing. That's my 3rd fumble tonight. That's pretty good. I'm doing good,
Well,
guys.
from that really bad paper cut I just gave you.
Boy, keep up with me. I'm like failing all of my swings.
It's okay. We're all bad. That's good.
Except for Mitha. Mitha's a pro.
Alright.
It's the tree that does it.
Alright. So, the 5 are going to start swinging at Gideon. Looks like... Okay, so from the outside, it just looks like a mob of these pale thugs who are mostly naked, just beating on this one guy relentlessly, but only one of them actually manages to deal damage. Alright, Andros, you take another slam as well. And it's a miss. Alrighty. Gerhardt. The zombies that don't like you are back. And they want to beat you. Three of their slams as they start to kind of skim around you and strike wherever they can attempt to.
Bring it. Come on. Two hits.
4 points of damage. Mitha. Or not Mitha. Janali. That leaves just you. 3 adjacent to you. And they still have disadvantage because you have not failed, or you have not taken damage, so you haven't had to concentrate.
Haven't had good luck with that, but let's see if you break it.
No such luck. They just keep all... Okay, you see them like all at once. They jump into the air, their arms held back, ready to arc into your equine figure. And then as they do, it's like just for a split second in midair, they're stopped and then bounced away.
Denali rolls her eyes.
And they snarl at you. Gerhardt, what are you gonna do?
Probably not cast that spell again because I don't get my spell slots back on a short rest.
Should play a warlock.
Yeah, maybe I should have.
I mean, maybe not because I've died twice. So
It should be a Drew lock. Let's go with frostbite on this guy.
Alrighty. He fails, and he takes the full cold damage. You turn him into a solid lump of frozen flesh, and it just topples over.
Good.
That it?
I hate to do it, but I'm going to use another balm D6 on myself.
Alrighty, roll it.
Yay!
Janali, it is your turn.
There's literally not much else I can do aside from try again and hit this one.
Alrighty, roll it. Now that is a solid hit.
Finally. Swing bada bada.
You rear back, kind of bucking up for just a brief little distance, and then you practically fall down and slam it into the back of his skull. If he had been any weaker, he might have died, but he is looking more resilient, and you just bash his shoulder. You hear a few cracks, but it looks up, relatively unfazed. That is to say, he takes the damage. Alright, Andros. What are you gonna do?
Dagger, the one that's next to me.
Dagger! That hits.
Okay.
You stab it, and it is still standing. It just looks at you like, with this confused look. It has all these gashes and all this other damage. Parts of its body seem to have been blown off from your magic beforehand. He's almost down. Mitha. Who you shooting?
Alright. I am still helping out Gideon over here.
Alrighty.
Let's go for number 3 again, see if we can knock him out.
Alright. That is a hit. Your arrow flies into its shoulder and just tears. You practically tear its arm off because enough flesh is sundered from its shoulder that the socket and the joint just kind of crumble and it slaps onto the ground, and then the rest of the zombie follows with it.
Yay!
Who else has taken your other arrow?
Number 7 right beneath it.
Roll it.
Yes.
Oh, critical hit. So
She's
that's
doing all the crits.
14 points of damage.
Trying to take him away from Ben.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
true.
As long as Ben doesn't get them, happy.
Gideon. Arrows are just...
Just go for this guy.
Alright, roll it.
Swing.
That's a hit. You flourish your sword back and then lance forward and just scrape across his chest as it sort of tries to twist out of the way, but it is unable to dodge the full strike of your weapon. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, 4 attacks against you, Gideon. Two points of damage. The mob continues to flail almost helplessly as you're just dancing around in your little spot. One of them manages to graze you, and it stings quite a bit. However, Andros, you are likewise facing another strike. It slams against your tough hide, but you don't feel anything. It's like a tap to your shoulder. Janali, 3 of them once again dash forward, arms back, and attempt to strike you. All missing. And finally, Gerhardt, there are only 2 left that are after you, and they are going for you.
Oh.
2 points of damage for the one that hits.
Rude.
And it's your move. What'll you do?
Let's frostbite the guy north of me.
Alrighty. He fails, and another one freezes solid. You hear the Arctic wind that howl, and you hear the crystallizing of the water into ice as its form goes rigid and blue, and it just topples.
Good.
Anything else?
That's it for my turn.
Janali!
Alright, I'm gonna try to hit this one again.
Already.
An 11 hit.
You raise your mace to strike him, but he catches it, parrying it with his stump hand.
It's the hand.
Andros.
Dagger again.
Dagger! With one final quick slice through the thing's throat, you decapitate it. The head rolls off with a satisfying thunk, and the body follows. It is dead. What are you gonna do next? Anything else?
I will. I'm gonna move here,
Alrighty.
and that is it.
Mitha, it's your turn.
Okay, so we are going after number 7 again, up by Gideon. He's gonna die eventually.
Yeah, eventually he may die.
But not this time.
Yeah, not this time. I presume you're going after the 5th zombie beside him?
Yeah.
Yeah, these zombies that are kind of blue, they have very blue veins kind of bulging from them. And unfortunately, that arrow also misses.
Dang.
Alright.
Gideon.
I guess I'll just go after the guy up top again.
Alrighty, roll it. Your sword jams into his waist. And you flick off the edge of his just the edge of his thighs. Just shave off that meat.
Yummy.
Gross.
Shawarma, anyone?
No.
Alrighty. That it?
Yes.
Alright, the rotters. So, Gideon, you're taking 4 attacks. All of them miss. Janali, the rotters next to you look over as they see Andros kind of skirting off, and they start to make a mad dash for him.
Because they can't hit me for a while. Opportunity attacks for all of the ones who leave, or just one?
You get 1 reaction per round, so you can try and swing at one of them if you'd like.
Alright, let's try it out. Might as well try.
And that is a hit. You bash the 3rd green one. The green one looks like he's the most rotten. His just skin overall is just very sickly green, but you bash him. Alright, Andros, only the 3rd green one is able to try and strike you. For 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Gerhardt, the one last zombie, is still bent on bashing you.
I didn't do anything with him. Why does it doesn't like me? Not that.
2 points of damage. Gerhardt, it's your move. What will you do?
Let's frostbolt him.
Alrighty.
Frostbolt. This ain't Warcraft.
Wow, you're actually doing really well with Frostbite today.
You are.
Alrighty. Janali, what will you do? Yes?
I will take an opportunity attack from this one if I charge away, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Well,
He would have
I mean-
disadvantage regardless.
That's true, he
Yeah,
does have
it-
disadvantage.
yeah, so I'm gonna take it anyways and charge on over to this one.
He totally misses.
What?
And what happens at my charge? I forgot. It's been a while. And then hit it with a melee attack. So you can immediately follow that attack. The bonus action taking one attack against the target with your hooves. Alright, so gonna try to bludgeon.
Alrighty.
Miss. But I do get an unarmed strike. And I still miss. Sorry.
Yeah. But you're still over there. You're ready to support your ally Andros. And
I'm
speaking,
trying my best, Andros.
yeah, these things are just sweeping out of the way. Andros, what will you do?
Well, I'm gonna give a dirty look to Janali for coming into 15 feet of me, and I'm gonna be like, sorry, but I'm gonna
that's
cast Thunder Wave. I'm gonna hit everything in my 15-foot radius.
That's fine.
Oh, well, it's a 15-foot cube, so it's like a big square.
It'd have to hit you too.
Oh, you're going that way.
Put it that way, yeah.
Yeah, you're going up with it towards.
Well, the spell says it's radius, so everything around me wouldn't be affected.
Yeah, it's it's a 15-foot cube. That's the radius is in a 15-foot square. Like, let me.
Yeah. So this whole area.
Now it emanates like in one direction.
Oh, I thought it was in all directions. That's why I was keeping my distance before.
Now, if you want to do that one, I think you have that cantrip is Thunderclap. Affects everything like within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, essentially you just have to pick an area in front of you where you're making a 15-foot cube. It's not like actually 15 feet from yourself, or it would say like not cube. It would just say range self 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll just attack everything in this area over here.
Alrighty.
So that glare is taken back.
Oh, come on, man.
Alrighty. The top two pass their saves. The bottom one does not, however. But even at half, that's still enough to kill the 7th blue one.
That's what Mytha wanted. The 7th one needed to die.
It's all I've ever wanted.
Chaos.
Alrighty, so you have a bonus action to fly 10 feet without provoking an opportunity attack. Do you want to take that?
Yep, and I'm going to move. There.
Alrighty, suddenly the
I'd like
wind
to-
sweeps you away.
I just want to release an official thank you to you for killing one enemy and then pushing another right next to me. That's a real clutch move here, friend.
Sorry.
Mitha. Alright, who do you want to shoot?
We'll go for above. Number 2.
Which number 2?
Above Gideon.
Gotcha. Alright, roll it. Unfortunately, that misses as it scrapes just past the back of his neck.
Okay, then I'll go for is that 6 or 8 next to him?
Yeah, the one just right next to him.
Yeah.
Now that definitely hits. As your arrow arcs into the one next to it. And cleaves a part of his shoulder off. His right shoulder.
Yay!
Gideon. It's now your move.
I'll just try and kill 2 again.
Alrighty.
Die already, you asshole.
And die it does as you take your weapon and likewise with the others decapitate it. Just as it's trying to dodge that last arrow, it moves forward and you take advantage of it and
Kick
move.
his head at Andros.
The rotters. Alright. The 2 southern... I just want to go ahead and do the ones at the bottom. They are set on getting Andros. And yes, they are. The one is provoking an opportunity attack from Janelli.
Yeah. See if I actually hit. If it'll load one day. There you go.
And hit it does. It just turns its back to you and leaps away. And as it does, you conk it in the back of the head. Alright, Andros. Here come the slams. To no avail. Alright, let's see. That's 1, 2... Yep, just 3 left on you, Gideon.
Okay.
Well, 1 deals 2 points of damage to you. And finally, Gerhardt, one last one, tries to smack you as well. Also missing. Oh yeah, just out of curiosity, how long does Turn Undead last?
Oh. Good question. Give me 2 seconds.
I think it's a minute.
Yeah, it's about a minute. So that should be wearing off before too long.
Excuse me, sir, but as GM, isn't it your responsibility to remember how many turns have passed in combat?
Well, normally they're all dead by now, but, you know, whatever.
Wow! Sorry. Listen, it's not our fault that we keep getting bad rolls.
Gerhardt.
It's gotta actually be at this point. We've done something wrong.
For real, something's going on.
Did somebody displease Vishnu?
Let's frostbite this last guy by me.
Already.
Oh,
Ooh.
damage.
Oh, I just made a Vishnu joke and we actually have an elephant down the squad. It obviously wasn't him.
I thought that was
You wouldn't
Ganesh.
get to be an elephant. That's just not how the elephant god works.
Alright, anything else, Gerhardt?
Limit my life. And my thing.
Alright, Janali, it's your move.
Ganesh is actually the elephant god.
Yep.
Is he?
Yep.
I know nothing about that then. Wow.
Alright, yeah.
Please do not offer my god a peanut.
I was trying to see if I could get another charge in by moving back 10. Let me see. This is just, I can't do mental math, guys. If I move back 10, which is here, I can move forward 30 still. Mental math. 15, I can still... Gosh darn it, one more. And then I can move 20. No, that's not going to work out for me. Alright, no mental math for me. I'm just going to walk forward and mace him in the back of the head.
Alrighty, roll it.
I would... But, oh, there we go. Deep sigh.
Andros, what will you do?
I'm gonna do thunderclap.
Alrighty. Oh, they both fail. Each one within 5 feet of you experiences the sudden, just this rumble as the sound just emanates through their whole bodies. One dies. Mitha, it's your move.
Alright, I'm going for the one directly underneath Gideon.
Alrighty.
Dang it.
Yep, unfortunately that is a miss, but since you are battling such a large group, you do have that other attack.
Go for the one right next to him.
And get him, you do. Guess how much health he had left?
Was it 6?
6 hit points.
Yay!
You're just up there in this tree, bouncing around from branch to branch, flipping arrows at all these undead as your allies keep them busy.
Nothing can touch you.
Gideon, it's your turn.
Go for the guy just south of me.
Alrighty, roll it. Hit. You bring your sword back and lunge forward. And for a brief moment, you thrust up beneath his back and kind of catch him on his shoulder blades and lift him up just for a moment and then yank it back out. He still stands, but he looks at you with this kind of bewildered expression. Anything else?
Nope, that is all.
Alright. The last two on Gideon strike at him. They're just rearing back, trying to beat you over and over with their bare hands. Next, as those have missed, is Andros. You take 2 points of damage, Andros, as one of them manages to meet flesh. You have now a big bruise on your about the middle of your trunk. It does not feel good. All right, Gerhardt. Gerhardt, you're taking another slam.
Alright, it's got disadvantage.
I'm glad it did have disadvantage, because that's a miss.
Okay.
Thank you, Frostbolt.
All right, Gerhardt.
I'm just gonna keep calling it Frostbolt.
That's fine.
My years of playing World of Warcraft has just mutated it in my mind to being Frostbolt. So let's do that to this guy again. 6 damage this time. And of course this time he passes.
Yep, this time he does indeed pass.
Well, I'm boned.
Chanale!
I'm gonna stick around and help Andros just move a little bit closer and mace him in the face. And miss.
Ugh.
I don't know what is up with Roll20 and giving me such low rolls.
You're trying. Alright, Andros, it's your move.
Okay, I'm gonna move over one, and that's not gonna cause opportunity attack, right?
No, it's only if you could, like, completely leave his reach. If you move, like, absolutely away from him.
And then I'm gonna do thunderclap again.
Thunderclap! Alright. Unfortunately, he succeeds. He resists the sudden, wave of sound. Alrighty. Mitha. Mitha, what are you gonna do?
I am going to help Gerhardt here with his
Alrighty.
last guy.
Alrighty. You are one with the tree. And you fire from your perch. You kind of slide down a bit and use the momentum to propel your arrow forward. It hits the zombie, but it is still alive.
That is one persistent little dude.
Oh, most certainly.
Okay, well, I guess I can live one more round.
Gideon,
Hopefully
what will you do?
really good.
And I'll attack the guy south of me again.
He is barely hanging together. There are holes in his body, and you give him the biggest hole of all.
It's kinky.
Yep. Where do you insert your sword?
His armpit.
Alright.
Stab it up through his head.
You stab it at an angle, lance it up, and you can see it leap from in like the beneath his shoulder or his collarbone, and it juts into below his neck and into his skull, and you're kind of wiggling him around as he's limp.
Not gonna kick anything my way this time.
No, I'm good. I didn't cut anything off.
All right. There are 3 rotters left that are active and not afraid.
I'd stop doing it if you'd accept my soccer request.
Alrighty. Gideon, you first. That is a miss. as the slam just goes it's a wide arc, and you kind of tilt over out of the way of it. Andros. All right, it rears back and it flat out punches you in the face. You take 2 points of damage.
So rude.
And now the last one, down by Gerhardt. For another 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
And is it safe to say that it's probably been about 10 rounds by now?
No, I think there's like 20 more rounds left, too. I don't know.
Yeah,
They moved like a lot further though.
that's true. They should have moved a lot further.
Like, way further.
Alright, so the effect is over, and now you guys can see them charging back into the fray. And they are about down here, down south. That's about as far as they get. Alrighty. Gerhardt, what will you do?
Let's do it one more time.
You sweep your arm across the air, and the wind wraps around the zombie.
Please fail.
He fails. Frozen. Undead sculpture number 3.
Good.
Anything else?
Uh-oh. Everything's acting up. That ain't good.
Janali.
You know the deal. I try to hit and I miss. Let's see. Yep. What is with that 7 coming up like constantly?
Maybe you should play it in the lotto.
Maybe, because I've been getting 7s for quite a bit.
That's actually a hard choice because it's still really bad luck. Like,
That's true. It keeps coming up, but it's bad luck.
you could get a 7 in a moment where it matters, but probably not.
Andros.
Thunderclap on the zombie next to me.
Alrighty. He fails. Your blast of noise kind of shudders it. It does this sort of jolt, this twitching, and then looks kind of bewildered and growls at you. Mitha, it's your move. What are you gonna do now?
Alright, I'm gonna go for the last. Oh. Yeah, the last one up by Gideon.
Alrighty, roll it. Alrighty, you fire your arrow and it pierces into his side. He stumbles back a bit. He is still alive, but just barely. Anything else?
No, that's it for now.
Gideon.
I attack him again. Ow. That's a no.
No.
It's a no from me, dog.
Alright. Gideon, your zombie goes for you. In this order, Gideon and Andros. Those 2 zombies are going for you. Two points of damage, Andros. As you're just getting slugged all day by this thing. And the ones without fear trudge forward. and they are making a beeline for the tree.
Uh-oh.
Gerhardt, what will you do?
Well... I will crossbolt the last zombie near Gideon.
Alrighty. It fails. Number 4, Sculpture of Ice and Death. That it?
Yes, I believe so.
Janali, what are you gonna do?
We know the trend, guys. We know the trend.
I'll hit him this time. Yeah, told you.
Had to come back in your favor eventually.
Someday.
Alrighty. With all the fury of a servant of a war god, you rear back and give it the greatest strike that you can manage. It is still alive, however.
Oy.
Andros. Janali just bashed it with such fury that you can see like a hunk of the inside of its flesh. Like it just, she caved in a part of its chest cavity from the backside.
You can also see steam coming out of her ears with how angry she's been missing so many times.
What would you like to do, Andros?
I'm gonna thunderclap it.
Ooh. Alrighty. He fails.
One down.
Unfortunately, he has 1 hit point left.
Really?
Yep. Mitha. You see the swarm of zombie rotters shambling towards your tree. What are you going to do?
Well, I am gonna go for number 2 over here.
Alrighty.
Oh, not going for number 2.
No.
What I meant to say is the one in front of him. Yep, that's the one.
Both your arrows miss as these things have their arms flailed back. They're doing that ninja run. And they are,
zigzagging.
yeah, they're zigzagging left and right, bobbing and weaving. They are missing, or you are missing them for that reason. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Gideon.
Alrighty, I'm going to... What kind of roll would it be to try and grasp their attention?
That would be either, I'll allow performance, persuasion, intimidation, or basically any charisma skill. If you're proficient in it, then I will allow it.
Alright, and is that going to be an action to do that, or...?
Yeah, it's going to be an action to do that.
Oof. That's going to have to be a no from me. That just doesn't sound worth it. Yeah, screw it. Yeah, it is.
You
So
got
any
this.
charisma skill you said?
Yeah, any one of any charisma skill that you choose.
Honk.
All right, what do you say to them?
I'm banging my sword on my shield and saying, "Come and get some."
All right, they turn to you. They glare, and you have successfully drawn their attention. That it?
I mean, what's 5 more, right?
Exactly.
You were just surrounded and you survived.
It's just too bad Andros is too far away to kick some heads to him.
I'll move closer.
That's a very, very wishful thing you just gave me there, buddy.
All right, 4 of those 5 were able to reach you and start slamming you again.
Good. Wouldn't have it any other way. That's 2 damage.
2 points of damage. As one of them basically does a lariat and bangs you in your throat.
Ooh,
Cough, cough.
All right, Andros.
phrasing.
You are not punched in the face again. With a quick snap of your trunk, you catch the fist and push it away.
That's a really badass thought, Ben.
Gerhardt, it's your turn.
Oh, that's me. Let's see here.
Stay back in ranged attack, man. It's all good. I still have some HP.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Sure, you're just saying that so you don't die? Or you do die? Alrighty. Discord's doing something funny on my end right now. I just lost it, which means my internet is probably going to go out. Oh, hey, here we go. Hello?
And I thought I was the one whose squirrels ate my internet.
Well, you know, my internet apparently has...
What do you guys have down south? Beavers?
Yep,
Beavers
yep,
eat your internet?
yep, we got beavers eating the
Depends
internet.
on how south you go. Alligators eat ours.
I thought that was a Canadian thing.
I don't know where beavers actually are, to be honest with you.
Oh, right. So, Dev, who was taking that frostbite?
Yeah, I was gonna frostbite this guy.
Alrighty.
Right there.
Just frostbite them
Oh
to death.
no.
Yeah, no.
That oh no was so resounding.
It was either gonna be that or the Tim Allen. Oh no.
Alrighty, that it?
Yeah, I guess.
Janali,
I'm gonna try to finish this one off.
go for it.
Nope. I'm
It
back
was-
to my old ways.
It was so close to a 20. It almost did. Was it like that for you guys when it rolled?
Yes,
Like it just barely. Oh.
I'm telling you. Like, I'm either under 10 or 20. There's no in between.
All right, Andros.
Okay, I'm gonna do thunderclap on it.
Alrighty.
That's what you need.
Unfortunately, he succeeds and does not take the 1 point of damage.
I'm gonna flip a goddamn table.
Mitha, what are you gonna do?
I am gonna go for let's do the one on the furthest side over here.
Alrighty. That is a solid hit.
Nice.
Your arrow whiffs through the air, and it jams into his stump, and you see he kind of contorts from the pain as he pulls the arrow out.
And then I'll go for his buddy right next to him.
Likewise, same deal. Only it's instead of the stump, it's in his other arm, and he bites it out with his open maw.
Ooh.
Gideon, what are you gonna do?
Alright, are you guys ready for my master plan?
Yes.
Alright, you guys got this. Alright, there. My master plan is I'm gonna keep casting temporary hit points until they're dead.
Well,
like it.
there you go. Alright, Andros. Actually, you know what? This thing is sick of beating you in the face. It's going to turn tail and run for Gideon.
Good.
It's gonna get.
Let him get here. I need more.
You need the collection.
Alright, is anyone going to take an opportunity attack against it?
You bet your butt.
Janali, as it races around you, you clip its legs as it's running. You hear the bones shatter. It topples over head first. You hear cracks and crunches as it fumbles towards Gideon and slides face first into the dirt. Its body completely upended into the air, just barely about to roll onto its back, but doesn't, and then flops back down.
Wasted.
I just heard the sound effect in my head.
Alright, Gideon, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
Do it. Oh wow, that's actually the most that have hit me yet.
Yep, that's 1, 2, 3, so that's 6 damage total. So you only
Yay
take
for temp HP.
1 point of damage.
Guys, this'll work.
Gerhard, what are you gonna do?
I think I should just keep trying to frostbolt guys, or should I maybe...
I do think you should do that.
Alright. Frostbite on number 6.
Alrighty, roll it. The icy wind cuts through its body. You see it shiver severely,
Good.
but not die.
Aww.
Janali.
Bet your bet I'm charging at this one. Base.
Hit and hit. Both hit for 7 points of damage total. You're galloping forward, and just as you reach him, you buck up, and simultaneously as you stomp him with your hooves, you bash your mace into him. Like, you pretty much literally stomp on him. Andros, what will you do?
I am going to drink a potion.
That is not a bad idea.
Ben, are puns banned in your game?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Was it... I'm trying to think of a way to word it, so it's not going to work now, damn it. I asked permission, so it's gone. I was going to make a behoof pun, because you use your hooves, you know?
It behooves Andros to use a potion.
No, it wasn't working on him, because he doesn't have hooves, Ben. God.
Well, yeah, but his turn's next, but whatever.
That's a D4, right, for potion?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
God, I better level up from this.
Alright, your trunk kind of sniffs around in one of your bags and kind of suctions up the bottom of a potion, flicks it around to your mouth. You pop off the top and spit it out, and then you just glug it all down. Alrighty. Mitha.
Alright, I'm going for that top right one again.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And his friend.
Ooh.
Oh, not his friend.
still, that first one's badass.
Yeah, you basically split his throat open. Like, there's just a hole, and you see it feel around before it finally kind of twitches, and its throat kind of caves in under the weight of its head, and it falls down dead. Gideon.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Are you gonna false life? Yeah.
I'm gonna false life. Yay!
Alright. The rotters lunge for you, Gideon.
You know, having that at will is pretty good.
You take 4 points of damage total. And you still have temporary hit points left.
I do. That means I should probably just attack next turn.
Gerhardt, what will you do now? You just see Gideon invoking the power of his dark patron, and he glows, and he has like this kind of almost a pale aura around him, and he's just standing there, basically letting these things slam on him, and it doesn't look like it's doing too much.
Well, I'll shrug and I'll keep up the frostbite.
Alrighty.
One next.
Oh, he fails. And has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Wonderful.
Janali!
We all know the deal. Swing bada bada.
And that is a solid hit.
Yay!
Finally.
You take your mace and you smash it across the shoulder of the zombie rotter, and you hear it crack and kind of crumple a bit, but it just keeps on moaning and preparing to attack Gideon.
You guys are very hardy.
Andros!
Okay, I will move here, and I will cast Firebolt at this one right here.
Alrighty, roll it. That is a solid hit as well. And literally exactly what you need to send it up in flames. First, it has been partially frozen, and then your sudden gust of heat causes it to shudder and explode. Mitha, what are you gonna do?
I'm going for the top left.
Alrighty.
And right beneath him.
Unfortunately, the second one misses, but your arrows continue to rain down from your tree.
Tree of arrows.
Yes, Gideon.
I may as well attack now. Which one looks the closest to being not alive?
The one that Mitha just shot.
Right, and I totally saw which one that one was, but Jess should remind me just so I know that she remembers. Yep, alright, I'll attack that guy. Yay, I missed, guys!
You're trying your best. That's fine.
Alright, 3 attacks on Gideon. They're just...
Words of reassurance will never grow old, thank you. That was serious too, that wasn't sarcasm.
Basically, you're like a drum, Gideon.
Good. No, guys, my temp hit points are gone. That means I need to use more next turn.
Yeah!
Gerhardt.
Let's keep up the ice capades.
Alrighty, you send a wintry gust swirling around that zombie. It kind of shivers for a moment as it tries to resist the intense cold. Oh, and it fails.
Wonderful.
Janali!
Bloop.
Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Yeah.
Andros. There's only a handful of them left. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna shoot a fireball at number 2. Red.
Same deal as with the last one. Frozen first and then heated too quickly. Another zombie ice bomb pops. With a satisfying, kind of almost a wet sort of. Anything else?
And then I'm gonna move. Right here.
Alrighty. Mitha. There's only 2 left.
You got
Alright,
this.
guys. Wish me luck.
All the luck.
Going for the one on the left first. And then the one in down south. Oh no.
Down south hits.
It's something.
Well, the southern one is indeed hit with your arrows. The leftmost one, however, missed. Gideon, it's your turn.
Well, there's only 2 left, so now I'm just going to decide and try and kill, so to the left of me.
Yeah.
You strike true. It hobbles back from the wound you've given it. One quick gash across its chest, horizontally. That it?
Gotcha. And yeah, that's it.
Gideon, you're a punching bag.
Good. That was the plan. My character builds come to fruition.
2 points of damage. And now it is Gerhardt.
Excellent.
Off bite number 9 here.
He fails.
Oh, they're both nice.
All right, Giddy. All right, Andros. Are we going 3 for 3?
Do it.
To heat it up.
3 for 3 to heat it up. You gonna do that?
Yep.
Alrighty, roll it. You do indeed blast it with fire, but it's not enough to pop the zombie into little bits. Janali, what will you do?
We all know all I can do. Which, actually, give me 2 seconds. Alright, so let's do this.
You hit.
Well, this is just for the strike. Do it again.
You shatter its skull apart. Brain splatters everywhere, and it falls to its knees, and then falls face first, or whatever's left of its face, into a
Yay.
flump. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I can do.
Andros.
Oh, I already did my fireball, so
I think you accidentally.
Oh,
skipped-
did I skip Gerhardt? Gerhardt. Sorry, I skipped.
No, you skipped. You did Gerhardt, and then you
Then you
did
skipped
Andra. Yeah, you skipped me, but then you now used me. So just go on to Mitha.
Okay, whatever.
Let's go.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, there's
Mitha.
too many names.
Mitha.
Expecting a lot
Alright.
for me to remember stuff.
Go for last guy.
Yeah!
With one final shot, the arrow drops the zombie.
Yay!
And with that, they are fallen.
Only took us 3 hours, guys.
Only 3 hours.
Well,
What's a
I mean,
story quest?
you've heard that there were like a swarm of them.
We knew what was coming.
I heal Gerhurt for 2 with healing hands.
Alrighty. So, what are you guys gonna do now?
Cast False Life again. And cast False Life again. I'm just gonna keep casting.
Oh, Mitha, while you're up there, roll me a perception check real quick. Oh no, did I lose internet? Yep, I lost internet again. I lost my internet again. Yep. Well, folks, that was quite a long bout. They are definitely getting a little bit better at their tactics and all that. We'll see how they handle what's next. Maybe, potentially, possibly. Yes, that took quite a long while. I mean, you know, it's a big horde of zombies. What'd you expect? Oh, yep. There they all are. Just look at that. Look at all of what they've overcome. You know, if this was this had been an earlier session, they probably all would have died. But no. They have endured bad luck and everything. Oh, hey, internet's coming back. Awesome, already. Okay, my internet.
Could make it up.
Yeah, my internet cut out for a moment again. So I missed some whatever for like a couple minutes.
Oh, we were just teasing.
Okay, so looks like Gideon finally got back up to 8 temporary hit points. Mitha, while you were up in the tree, roll me a perception check.
Oh, sure. Now I don't get a good roll.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I don't think guidance is gonna. Oops.
What about 2 guidances? Is that possible?
Nope.
Nuts.
Alrighty.
Does that work? Can I do that?
Oh, 1 second. I need to roll that one.
Okay, so Mitha, you managed to see some kind of glow emanating from the actual graveyard, because you're basically in like a foyer, or not a foyer, like just you're basically in like you're just on the road leading up to the graveyard, but actually in the past the gate down below, you can see some kind of glow, and you hear like some faint murmuring. You can't really make it out, but you're not sure what it is. But you do hear something.
Interesting. I think that's a problem for future Mitha.
Oh, should we let us know? That's the question.
Well, that way we can take a long rest.
All right.
I hate that, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you could go back to town. You could scout it out, see what's going on down there.
Yeah, we're not
Take it.
scouting it out right now.
You could take a short
We're kind
rest.
of messed up.
All right, you want to take a short rest then?
We should probably go back and take a long rest if possible. Everyone's pretty spent.
I vote that one.
All right.
Get my spells back.
Does anybody have spell slots left?
I have one
No.
left.
I
I've
have
actually
one,
got quite a few, but
and if I use my sorcery points as a bonus action, I can get another slot back too.
You also have some healing potions.
Alright, so me and Andros will head out. You guys just fuck off. We've
sure
done
you-
it before. We know what it's like.
Like, are you sure you want to take somebody who's not very stealthy?
I'm not very stealthy.
No, you're just looking to die.
I'm kind of stealthy. I don't
Our
want to be,
scouting
though.
is just gonna be us kicking a bunch of shit. That's all that counts, right?
Yeah. I
Alright,
mean,
yeah,
I could
but
always-
anyways, on a truthful aspect, we should probably go rest so we don't all die.
Not a bad idea.
We helped take out a small portion of the horde, so you know.
Now we know take out those moths so they can't summon more guys.
Alrighty. So you're gonna head back to Winterhaven first.
Yeah, sounds like a
Yeah.
plan.
Alrighty. You trudge back across the path. You come across the city, and the guards manning the top of the wall suddenly look alive with excitement, and they nudge each other and say, "The heroes have returned! The heroes have returned!
That's right, we have.
Open the gate!" And you see the gates slowly lurch open. And you see a gentleman approach you in mostly blue robes, some nobleman's clothes. You recognize him as Lord Padrig. And he rushes forward and says to you, "Is it done? Are we saved from the menace?"
Well,
For now,
It's a start.
We did get rid of a lot of the undead.
we killed
just-
about 30 of them.
we need a nap first.
We got rid of the one that's summoning them.
Excellent.
But we still need to go deeper into the graveyard tomorrow.
Very well. The threat has at least had a setback, I suppose. It still looms. But you have done good work. And he looks you over and he can tell from all the carnage that he doesn't doubt you. And he motions you in. And you see him go talk to a couple of the guards, and they ask, "Is it over? Are we safe?" And he shakes his head, and he says they will finish the job another day. And they kind of get it's a mixed sort of a look of confusion almost, but they sort of nod and go back to their posts.
Yeah.
We point to Gideon and it's like, do you see how messed up he is?
Yeah, Gideon, you got a lot of bruises.
Don't see any of you out there.
Right? Your guards, you should have been out there with us.
All right.
Yeah. 80% of us need to rest so that we can regain our spells.
Alrighty. So, do you guys want to just take a long rest and call it here, or do you want to keep going?
It's
Call
2
it
in the
here.
morning then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna call it.
Alright, we can call it here. Alright. Let me calculate experience points for you real quick.
Guys, we did quite good. Surprisingly, no one even really came close to dying.
For reals. Everybody was cool. I will give the spell protection from evil and good. It's currently my favorite spell at the moment.
Yeah, you actually just convinced me to take that on my divine soul, so that's pretty good. Because that's like the sorcerer that can take cleric spells, and I want to see that twin spelled.
Ooh.
That will be fucking ridiculous in your game, Jess.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna cast it on myself, but buffing 2 people at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that that went really well for you.
For reals. I'm so glad I casted it on myself.
To be honest, I don't even know why I posted that wasted picture off the GIF thing, because I actually have like 60 of those saved right to my computer for some reason.
Because they're funny.
And you guys, if I forget next time, tell me that I can shoot 2 in a row. If they're next to each other.
Alrighty. You each gain 85 experience points. Alright. Thank you guys out there for watching. Please remember once again to chill touch that like button, subscribe to join the Skeleton Crew, and if you enjoy the content on our channel, then please check out the links to support us below. We would really appreciate it. And with that, I bid you all adieu. Good night and good gaming.
Bye.
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 Bye, everybody.